Hi guys, welcome to Vesna TV. Today I have for you a brand new DIY episode with Christmas or winter themed snowman. So let's get going. So I bought this little mini miter saw a little while back and I am absolutely obsessed with it. I love it so much. So I'm using it to cut down tumble blocks. So for the next few DIYs, I'm just going to be using these tumble blocks to make my snowman. So the first one is kind of a vertical snowman where I'm just cutting a few of these blocks to size, to the size that I want. So I'm going to be using the full size ones and then the little ones that you see there. And I will also be using a few of the little ones kind of the same size for the other DIYs. So I am making my snowman, like I said, vertical. If you've watched my episodes before, you would have seen that I made pumpkins like this. So I'm kind of same idea, but I'm making a snowman. So what I'm doing is just seeing how I want to make this. And I'm using 4 big tumble blocks and then 4 little ones, which are basically 2 big ones if you're thinking of how many you need. A pack of tumble blocks will be more than enough. And here I've seen in Canada, I've seen now the 72 pack of tumble blocks, which is amazing at the Dollar Tree. So again, I'm putting them all together and hot gluing them. And then I'll be painting them in white, just using this Deco Art chalk paint. And then I will be just using a Sharpie to draw on the eyes and the mouth and the carrot nose and the little buttons. I also will paint one of these little pieces of tumble block black, and I will be using that as a top hat for him. I forgot to record myself drawing on the buttons and the arms and all of that stuff, and as well as gluing on the hat. I think I thought I pressed record and I didn't. You know that this happens to me often. So, but anyway, here is what he looks like all finished, and you only needed 1 coat of the white. The white is pretty good. And like I said, just a Sharpie will do. You could definitely use something else if you wanted to, but a Sharpie worked just fine for me. So for the next DIY, I'm also using tumble blocks, and I am using again several of these tumble blocks to make a snowman. This one will be kind of more like a snowman, like a bigger snowman. And I'm just stacking them one on top of the other, gluing them together using my hot glue gun. And you can make this how big or how small you want it. So for mine, I am using a set of 2 for his head tumble blocks, and then 4 for the middle part of his body, and then 6 for the bottom part of his body. So 12 in total. Like I said, it depends on how big or how small you wanted him to be. You make whatever works for you. I did not add arms to him, but you could definitely take a pipe cleaner, or even if you have little sticks from the backyard, you could glue little sticks onto him to make arms. I chose not to for this one. And I am using the white chalk paint again from Deco Art to paint him in white. And I will be using my Sharpie again to draw his eyes and his nose and his mouth and his little buttons. Now for this guy, I also added a red sparkly pipe cleaner as his scarf. I thought it just gave him a little bit of pop of Christmas, and he's so cute. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know for Christmas time, I love making snowmen. I've made several in my DIYs before, so if you have some time and you want to see how I've made them, I will have the playlist for Christmas linked in my description below, so you can check out some of the different snowmen that I have made. So here he is completed. I think he's just so cute. And to him, I also added a tumble block for his hat, and then I drew on with a black Sharpie just kind of the bottom part of the hat. So you actually needed one more extra tumble block. These snowmen are so cute and they're so tiny. I think they'll make a perfect kind of tray decor piece if you raise them up a little bit. So I am actually just using 2 tumble blocks for these, and I've cut them down to size. I kind of just cut two large tumble, like 2 normal size tumble blocks into 3 and just different sizes. So the first one I'm gluing one on top of the other vertically and the other one horizontally, just to give you a sense of what they can look like either way. They are super small. They're like a mini tiny decor. I kind of had an idea if one day I make like a fairy garden, but like a Christmas village or something like that, you could use them in that. Or even for my tray, it could just be something that goes as a part if I have a little vignette of a city, like a village or something like that in my tray. I could use them for that. And I just thought they were so cute. Just so tiny and cute. So anyway, I've hot glued them. I've painted them using that Deco Art chalk paint. And I drew on with my Sharpies the nose and the eyes and everything. Glued on some hats to them, and that's all there is to it. The hats were again from the tumble blocks. And I cut them out. I believe I used 2 tumble blocks in total for all of these projects for the hats. And here they are all completed. Okay, so to move away from the tumble blocks, I had a pine cone that I wanted to use up. And then I also had these styrofoam balls from the Dollar Tree. You can use pine cones that you find from the dollar store, or you can use pine cones from your garden. I believe these ones I got from the dollar store a while back, or from a different store. They were just, no, from a different store, because they were a quarter per bag, and I got a whole bunch of them. And I'm using that same Deco Art white chalk paint to just add a little bit of white to the pine cones. I'm not painting them fully. I'm just kind of giving them frosted tips and adding a little bit more just so it kind of looks like it has snow on it. And then again, I'll be using that Sharpie to add eyes and a nose to the snowman. And I will be gluing a hat using the tumble blocks that I painted in black, but I'm going to be doing a bottom part to the hat and a top part, so it kind of looks like a top hat. As you can see, this one that I'm gluing on did not work. I took the wrong tumble block, so I will wind up taking it off and redoing it. So for this one, you can use it just as a decoration piece in your tray or wherever you have a mini display, or you can attach some jute rope to the back, just hot glue it, and you can make it an ornament. So it really depends on how you wanted to do it. I'm going to use it in my tray, so I won't be attaching any jute rope, but that's totally up to you. It could be, you can make some really cute ornaments. But here he is, all completed. He is so cute too. And last but not least, I am doing a garland. I've started to really like to use these in my trays. So I'm using these beads, which I had gotten from the thrift store a while back, and I spray painted them with the blue color from Rust-Oleum and just a white color, and then I had some black that I had spray painted previously. So I'm going to be using them to make my garland. I used 6 of the blue, 6 of the white, and 4 of the black. And then I'm assembling them. This time I chose to use some fishing line for the instead of jute rope, just because last time when I used jute rope it kind of all fell apart. So I wanted to use this time around. You could, if you have some nice better rope, you could use that jute rope, it just kind of falls apart. So I'm just pushing them through, and then I am doing it that I do 1 black, 3 for white for the snowman, 1 black, and then the 6 blue, and then a black, 3 white, and then another black. And then I'll be using the jute rope for the little tassel at the end. So for tying them off at the end, I just kind of went with the fish line, and I pulled it through, and then I made 2 knots, and then I made another knot, and that made it stay. And then I wound up hot gluing the tassel. I left a little piece extra of the fishing line thinking that I could tie it around, but I didn't like the way it was kind of twisting it. So I wound up hot gluing the tassel to the very last bead. So the angle is not the best for the tassel here, but what I did was I got a piece of jute rope and I wrapped it 20 times around my hand. Then I cut off a piece. I cut it off at the bottom, tied the top kind of like a head with a different piece of jute rope, and then hot glued it to the last bead. That's all there was to the tassel. I've seen tassels made all sorts of different ways. This is just the way that I chose to make it. So then onto the white, I just drew the snowman's face and the little nose and the mouth, and that's all there is to it, and it turned out really super cute too. So here are all of them finished, displayed together. I can't wait to show you once I do my home tour for Christmas what they look like in my decorations. Thank you so much for watching. Come back next Sunday. I'm going to have a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be showing you how I redid my bathroom. It's just Halloween, so I thought I wouldn't do a Christmas video on Halloween. So I want to share with you, I redid my bathroom for under $200 and it turned out amazing. So I want you to come and take a look at it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next Sunday. Have a great day and stay safe.